What's up, people? I just did my little video about how I have my Shinkos sitting here at home. And, the point of the Shinkos is so I can ride, and I'm already all geared up to go for a ride. Didn't know they'd gotten here. I already would have worked on installing them. Man, that's going to be such an upgrade, because look at this garbage weather. Hang on. Look at this garbage weather. I mean, what kind of tires do you trust in this kind of garbage weather? These just not tires that are pretty worn. But the front tire's got 1,000 miles on it now, and it's still got some knobs. It's still a little bit knobby, but it's not certified by anyone. It's not it's not like it's trustworthy to a point, right? I mean, if I was out in California, where it's usually dry, without all this muck and crap, and I wouldn't even have considered Shinko tires. So if you're in like Arizona or California, and you're doing mostly street or even grass riding like I do, and it's never wet, you don't have a lot of wet weather, you're fine. You don't need Shinko 241s, you're good. As a matter of fact, you'll get better performance out of bicycle tires, I almost guarantee it, as far as range and speed, all that stuff. But whenever it's this season, and you're in Evansville, Indiana, well, that's a different story, right? You gotta look out for yourself. Like, because I'm on these tires, like normally I add up for this ride that I'm doing, but because I know it's punky, it's wet, and you never know what's going to happen, and I'm on these tires that I know for a fact aren't getting wet. I've had quite a few incidents on them. Even though these are two different tires, they're basically the same tire. I'm sorry, guys. A 20x4 fat tire for a bicycle, unless you're getting V's or Innovas. I do think V's and Innovas are like the next step up before a motorcycle tire. So unless you're sporting some V's or some Innovas, your tire is basically the same as anyone else's tires. I don't care if it's a Kenda or a Chow Yang or a Mongoose or whatever. If it's a 20x4 fat tire designed for a bicycle, and it's not like an Echelon brand like a Nova or a V, well, it's just like any other tire. So don't spend any extra on anything that's not like a true quality brand, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Not that Mongoose is not a true quality brand. It is. Like, they make fantastic bicycles. But I'll tell you, I think making a 20x4 fat tire safe and on wet concrete, I think that's a tricky proposition. I don't think it's an easy thing to do. So I can't wait to install those Shinko 241s and see how they do. Just give them a little test. Man, that'll be fun. Well, it won't be fun installing them. You'll see how I do with that here in a little while. I'll probably wear my phone chest camera for that. I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll record that on my actual cell phone. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. This is a brand new camera mic setup. Like, the camera's not new and the mic setup's not new, but what is new is using the phone for the audio. It's sort of new. Like, I might have posted another video where I'm doing this, but I broke my microphone, so I basically had to redo some stuff for my new cheapo microphone. And I'm going with super cheap mics now. So these microphones are like literally $3. I'm going down to the Dollar General and I'm buying $3 headphones. I'm cutting off the buds so I can like manage less stuff, because the less the better. And I'm just using the microphone off of them. And I'll tell you, in my sound test so far, it's pretty good. So I've got the voice recorder app on the Android. I may even try and find a link to that. And then I'm using a open source video editor, I forget the name of it, to separate out the video audio channel, delete it from the GoPro, and then inject the phone audio, which is M4A format. which is super tiny. So the phone won't fill up because like the audio file for like an hour-long video would only be like probably 15 megabytes. It's ridiculously small because there's no video going to the phone, just from the GoPro. So that's currently my setup. I'm pretty sure that it's going to hold up pretty well, actually. From the sound test I did, I was amazed that you can get this good of quality from a $3 microphone. I mean, granted, it's not perfect, but it is more than good enough for my 13 subscribers. It'll probably be good enough even if I had 1,000 or, you know, until I really started getting involved. I don't really consider myself even a true moto vlogger yet. I guess I'm almost there. My consistency is a little bad. I need to do it more often before I really consider myself serious. I gotta be in the habit of just doing it, and I need to learn what content to post. Like, I'm still learning. My Batman video did okay. The best video I think so far is probably my battery blender install video, which really was not very well thought out. And also my challenges and obstacles video for the Aerial Rider X Class did pretty well. So I'm at 6 minutes, 6 megabytes. So it's like a megabyte per minute. So I guess an hour of audio would be 60 megabytes, but that is tiny. That's so small. So my phone can definitely, that will not interrupt my workflow at all. And then after I save the file, what I do in order to get it over to the video editing computer is I open up OneDrive and I add the file to OneDrive, and then OneDrive is available on my computer. I drag and drop it into the video editor, and I get the little dialog that says, you know, your video editor is downloading the audio file, and then it imports. So that workflow is super smooth and easy. Pretty happy with that. My visor is fogging up bad. I think that's because I actually, for the bottom vent, let me tilt up my visor a little. For the bottom vent, I freaking had to cover it up slightly with my current GoPro connector thing. I'm using a Velcro strap so I can remove my GoPro from my helmet whenever I want. Just in case I want to cheat on you guys. I'll totally cheat on you guys sometimes and not take any video at all. It's going to happen. It has to happen because I didn't just get the video for... Actually, the funny thing is, when I first started looking for an electric vehicle, it was just supposed to get me back and forth to the office. Little did I know I would soon be work from home, pretty much strictly. So I don't even go to an office anymore. But, yeah, so I was looking at electric scooters, I was looking at one wheels, I was looking at, like, what's the cheapest I can get away with, and then my mind started to go, well, you know, you used to love getting out on the little trails around here on your BMX bike when you were a kid. Why not get something that can do a little bit of that? And that led me to get the Raton Fat Bear Pro. That was my first e-bike, and it was okay. It was a little heavy for what I was doing, but I started to love the feel of a fat tire e-bike because they're fun. And it was really close this time around between what I was going to get, but I'm also within a price point. Like, I can't really afford an electric mountain bike. Those things get pretty expensive. So it was a case of, well, what is going to suit my lifestyle the best? Also, I got really used to using saddlebags and going on grocery trips and things, as well as doing a little bit of grass riding. I don't even want to call it trail riding, but it's more like I'll ride some dirt trails sometimes and ride out in the grass. I just need a bike that can do some simple stuff with no stunts. And for that, the Aerial Rider X Class was a really good fit for me. It's definitely not a mountain bike. It's not even a trail bike. Even the Super 73, I think, would be more of an adventure bike kind of a thing. I do ride sort of adventurous on this thing sometimes. I don't know how much of that I've captured so far, but not really. It's like dad does a stunt kind of stuff. My dad, oh gee, I hope he doesn't hurt himself kind of stuff. then oftentimes I do, because of that's who I am. I am the dad. I am the dad e-biker. That should maybe be my handle, like Dad e-biker. I was thinking about, what was I was thinking about going with before? I had another kind of handle I was considering. Oh yeah, Evil Knievel. But that doesn't really suit what I do, or what you can expect from the channel, necessarily. I don't, as a matter of fact, I'm kind of, after getting injured a few times, I'm kind of backing off of some of the stunts. As is natural, I guess, as one would. Have I been hurt pretty badly? Yeah, kind of. Broken arm. You know, that's a life event. It's something that you're not going to forget. I mean, have you ever forgotten that time when you broke a bone? Probably not. You probably remember how old you were, what the weather was like, how your visit at the hospital was. It's memorable. How expensive it was. You're not going to forget, like a broken arm. That's why I'm wearing pads today, right? Even though I'm being relatively tame at the moment. But no, I think that maybe like e-bike dad, or e-bike dad, something paternal with e-bikes. I could definitely change my handle to something like that. Like, not even e-bike daddy though. That's too aggressive even. That sounds like someone who doesn't have kids, who's just working on mastering the craft. So maybe something more like dad e-biker. Why not? I am perfectly in that dad stage. I'm a new grandpa even, so I am recently a grandfather, but I'm not going with grandfather e-biker or granddad. Grampy e-biker. I'm not doing it. I guess I could. Technically, I have earned the label newly, but I always said that you add your kid's age to your own age to rate your dad age. So like if you've got 3 20-year-olds and you're 40, which I'm even more than that, so that would make you like 100 years old, right? Well, my grandpa age would only be like 46. So I'm older in dad age than grandpa age by that scale. Because of Marceline is only, she was born October 30th. She's 2 months old, guys. So adding 2 months to my own age, I don't really qualify as a grandpa that well yet. Some of you guys are probably in your 400s by now with that experience. And I'm down here at a lowly level 46, or age 46 grandfather. Yeah, I use weird scales for all kinds of different crap, but as a father, though, goodness, I'm pretty freaking old, guys. I'm 87, just off my first daughter. Then you add in 42 more years for my sons. That's 128, if I'm doing my math right. And then I've got another daughter who's also, my sons are 22 and 21, so 129. My daughter just turned 21 this year, my other daughter. So I'm like 150 years old in dad years. So, yeah, I qualify as a dad. I don't know if I qualify as a grandpa. Not yet. When my grandkids' age, using that scale, goes over my dad age, using that same scale, then I'll consider myself a real, true, bona fide, grampy e-biker. But that's going to be a little while. Where did this audio go to? Like, where am I? Like, what am I talking about? What am I doing? Who knows? Who cares? This was just a little brake ride while I'm at work. Granted, putting on the gear took almost as long as the ride itself. I was able to put on the gear while I was still, like, pushing buttons, doing mouse clicks, replying to jabbers, sending an email, and putting on pads and gearing up, and then jumping into my suit whenever I could, because it's cold out here. It's 40 degrees today, I think, which isn't terribly cold, but whenever you're going 30 miles an hour, it is terribly cold. But that's literally all the time I have right now. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to install those Shinko tires and get that on record. I guess I'll do that at lunch today. In any case, guys, take care, be safe, get the right safety stuff, do the right thing, and mind your loopholes. Later.